Jordan Ellis here for Low Kick MMA. Today I'm joined by Jordan Williams, who headlines the next episode of the Contender series this Tuesday. How's it going, Jordan?
It's going well, my friend. How you doing?
I'm great, thanks. So it's just a few days off now. So what are you up to? How's training going? Weight cutting, things like that?
It's going good. The weight cut, I'm roughly I'm like right on weight. I usually walk around a couple pounds during training camp, like sometimes 4 or 5, 6, 7 pounds underweight, but I'm actually 185 right now. It's good because this last week I've been able to recover and gain some weight back, put some size, not be too small when I step into the cage, and I'm just feeling good. I'm feeling ready. I just showed up to Vegas today. UFC flew me out. I'm just here in the room chilling and just trying to enjoy this quarantine life as much as I can.
So is this what it is for you now? How long are you locked down for now after you've done the test?
So I am locked down. Today is delivery only, and until my results come in, because they COVID test you right when you walk in the doors, and they say, all right, you're basically locked in your room and your workout. They have a private workout room for you. That I have 2 rooms or 3 rooms that are just for me that I can go into right now. But yeah, it's kind of just trying to make. We're watching the fights right now, so it's just quarantine, man. What can you say?
And in terms of, training and prep, have you had to train any different, because of the COVID type of things and knowing that you're going to be quarantined for a little while? Obviously, you're basically on weight, as you said. Is that, premeditated because you knew what was coming up now?
My weight's premeditated just in the sense I don't like to cut weight. I am a type 1 diabetic, and I used to fight at 170, and is just not a healthy performance weight for me recently, and I've just been performing better at 185. So that's where the weight cue comes from. But as far as this week, I did know that we're gonna be in quarantine, and just in general, that's been screwing with my program the whole camp because of the gym regulations and everything going on. It's been really tough just to kind of schedule or work out outside the gym without anyone calling the fucking cops. It's just like there's a lot of haters out there.
So you basically, for this camp, how are you feeling in terms of preparation? Do you feel like you've got the work you needed in, or has it been a struggle?
It's been both. I feel like I got the work in as much as I could for my new opponent. I did have an opponent change, and this is a 2-week notice fight, and I was supposed to fight October 6th. So this fight is 3 weeks earlier than my original scheduled bout, or my second scheduled bout. But I feel, and the reason why the second bout happened, like I was supposed to fight August 11th, but I hurt my knee, pretty bad. Not gonna say which one, but it did take me out of the fight. So training camp has been kind of shaped around what I can do. But these past couple of weeks, this past month, I was able to start wrestling again and do everything needed to get the preparation for this fight.
Good to hear. So for you, it's been a really long layoff. I think it was last July we seen you, was it 2019? So and then injuries pop up and further push that back. So how's the last year been for yourself?
How's what?
How's the last year been? Just on the
last year. It's on the sidelines. It's not a good place to be. You're just yelling at the coach, put me in the game, coach. Like, I'm ready to play. It's just been a lot of fall throughs. I had a world championship fight up in Canada scheduled. The guy decided, he said he got hurt and pulled out 3 weeks early. So of the fight, my managers scrambled to fight a different fight, which they did against Anthony Adams in Denver. They offered me to fight Anthony Adams in Denver on a 2-week notice. I was going to go up in the Mile High City and try to fight this guy in his hometown. He denied it, didn't even want to fight me. And so I was like, okay. Had another fight lined up after that against Kyle Stewart, a former UFC veteran, and an LFA 84. And that was supposed to be in Arizona. That fell through because of Corona. So, and then with the two fall throughs with the Contender series. So it's been at least 5 fights. This is the 6th scheduled fight that I've had planned this since last July, and it's looking like this one's finally going to go through. So I feel good. The year, it obviously sucked to stay out for a year, but it's all going to become worth it come Tuesday night.
And in terms of, a year layoffs is bad anyway, and then with all them extra things falling through, and then on top of that, you're coming off a loss. So does that, sting a bit more, having to sit on that loss for a little bit longer than you'd anticipated?
Oh yeah, it's like someone rubbed salt in your cut, and I can't wash it out until a couple of days from now. I'm just waiting to rinse out my wound and dish out some damage to someone else.
And then it's not long now. It's Dana White's Contender Series, and it's on Tuesday. It's a huge stage, a huge platform, a huge opportunity. How are you feeling? Are you excited? Are you nervous? A bit of both?
Bit of both, man. I'm excited, nervous, anxious, ready, pissed off, hungry. Everything I need to do, every feeling that I need to have is what I have currently inside me to take home this contract, man. I'm boiling right now.
And you've been here before. Obviously, it didn't go your way, and it was a split decision loss that time. So how does that experience help you coming into this? Does it feel like you think you'll be a bit more comfortable than your opponent?
Oh, yeah. In certain ways, I feel it's a double-edged sword. That comfortability stroke is a double-edged sword because I feel more comfortable. It's like I know Dana's going to be there. He's going to be watching me. I don't think he's fought on the show yet. So that was a nerve thing that I did have to go through my first fight leading up to. But, man, I'm a competitor. I've been competing and I've been winning since the beginning, since I was a little kid, man. Like I just been one at a time. Even in the biggest show, when you're nervous in the biggest game, it's like when the lights go on, the nerves go off and you just I'm ready to go. So I have that going for me, but also this is my third swing at the plate. This is my third swing. So I gotta make contact and I gotta impress. So that's the type of pressure. The pressure that I'm feeling is coming from the other sides. Cause my third time, how many more chances are they going to give me? You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I'm coming in there guns blazing.
And you keep getting the chances. So do you feel like, quite good about that? Because, it's a double-edged sword. They keep inviting you back. They clearly see something in you. And if you can just get over that line now, is that quite a good thing anyway?
Yeah, no, it is. It is. It's definitely a reassuring trait to have them just keep on wanting you and saying like, hey, we believe in you. You just got to pass this test. Just pass it and you're in. So I do believe it. I have a wonderful management for getting this opportunity for me for the third time. Thank you, Iridium Sports Agency. I love you guys all. And it's really a dual energy. Like they put me in the situation and me just trying to make the most of it. And that's why I'm back on the show again.
And it's a unique show just in the sense that it's not just enough to win. You've got to go out there and impress Dana White. And, for a lot of people you've got to get the finish. So what's that type of pressure going in? Does that affect your game at all?
I mean, it does, but I go for the finish anyway. I always try to go for the finish. Like I put that pressure on myself. For me, it's kind of like the pressure comes in. It's like, this is a job interview. Like what other job interview in the world is it where the guy who's hiring your potential boss is like, okay, you want the job? We'll fight this guy for it. See who wins. See who gets the job. That's really the mindset. That's enough pressure in itself to get you conscious and alert of the situation you're in.
And then onto your opponent, I know there's been a few changes, but it is Gregory Rodrigues, isn't it? And 8-3. Have you done much looking up of him, studying his game?
Oh yeah. He's from Brazil. He's a submission artist. He's got 4 submission wins. Of those 7, I believe like 1 knockout. And so he's well-rounded. He has a nice forward pressure presence, I would say. I do believe that my wrestling is more technical. He does have size on me. He is 6'3", and he's coming from a true 185 weight. I feel like he actually cut weight, and I don't have to cut weight. So those are things that I've been calculating. He has a nice 1-2, and like I said, a nice forward pressure. But once he gets tagged, he will start to go for the takedowns. So what I'm expecting to tag him, and then I'm expecting those takedowns to come. So I'm going to have to dodge them. My game plan is to dodge them, side movement, keep my back off the cage. That's what I learned from my last fight. Is like I feel comfortable with my back against cage because I know no one's going to take me down from there. So I just need to not be comfortable in those situations and not give anyone any reason to doubt that I'm winning the fight at every second of it.
So for you, the route to victory is basically avoiding them takedowns and not allowing the points to kind of add up for your opponents. Is that how you feel?
Yeah, but also he's got some good striking. I'm gonna have to be creative. I'm gonna have to watch out for. He's got a nice long 1-2 right down the pipe. I see that coming. So, I'm gonna have to put together my combinations with creativity and swiftness to get this knockout.
And just from watching a few of his tapes and studying up on him, do you see any weaknesses there that you might be able to exploit on fight night?
Oh yeah, he's got a. I watched him. He fought a guy, and they were going back and forth. The guy started to tag him with his 1-2. The guy went to wrestle him, or Gregory went to wrestle the guy. The guy was actually good at defending the takedown. Like, he defended the takedown, and the fight. He didn't get the takedown. You could tell that the guy was obviously a better striker than him, but he was someone from Russian descent. So you got to take that with a grain of salt. That they are really good at wrestling, and so I feel like that's why he also was able to avert his takedown. But I fought a wrestler, and I averted his takedown. So I feel like my wrestling is right there to keep the fight where I need to be.
And ultimately, I'm sure you dream about it, you daydream about it. How do you see this fight going for you, and how do you see yourself getting your hand raised?
Hey man, my daydreams go as follow. Be slip and moving. It might be a little hard work, but I want to get the finish early. Obviously, I'm going for the knockout. Like I always do. I'm going for the knockout, and I see it happening. Hopefully in the second, maybe third round, because let's see how good his gas tank holds up. I have a good confidence in my gas tank if I use my fuel wisely, and which I always do. So I feel like if I play my cards right technically, and then throw the flush down with that overhand left, or the head kick, or my uppercuts, lead jab, anything I want to pick, if I just pick the right spot, I feel like that's how this fight's gonna end. I do daydream, man. I visualize all the time. I let the sweat boil or build up, and that visualization, that daydreaming is a very important part of my game.
Good. And then beyond this, I know it's hard to look past, but you've been inactive for so long. Win, lose, or draw here. Is it about just kind of getting back into momentum in 2020? Do you want to fight again this year?
I mean, that's what everyone's safety net is about. Well, listen, I'm just glad to be back in the cage. Nah, fuck that, man. I ain't coming for that. I'm coming for this goddamn contract. I've been here 3 times. It's coming home with me, man. That's the mindset I have. Like, that's the statement that is, this fight is for me, and that's the only statement that I'm gonna allow. I'm not gonna just take no second place reward by getting in the cage and not getting the win. That doesn't satisfy me.
Okay, well, let's just assume you get that win on Tuesday, as you're planning to. What's next for you? How quickly would you want to debut in the UFC? How quickly do you envision yourself moving towards the rankings and, going through these guys?
Hey, man, I want to be fighting in Abu Dhabi in the next couple of weeks. I'll be replacing it. I'll be ready. I'll be ready to take on anyone, anytime. That's my plan. If we get injured, or something happens where the doctor medically doesn't clear me for the next couple of weeks to fight in Abu Dhabi, then fine. But that's cool. That's like that's just Fight Island. Sounds fun. Getting in the rankings, that'll come in time. I'm not gonna put a time limit on that, because once you start doing that, that's when you start demoralizing yourself when those things don't happen. If I would have put a time limit on when I thought I was going to be ranked in the UFC, well, you know what? My confidence has been going down a little bit. So, but I don't do that. I expect to just be making a steady climb in the UFC this next year. I made promise to a couple of friends that this year I'm going to be in the UFC. So by next year, in a year's time, I expect to have, 3 wins. 3 wins by next year in the UFC. That was my plan. If it happens to be if someone drops out, has to be against a ranked fighter, and I get moved up, then I see that being a thing. But let's just get this W and get in the UFC is my mentality.
Yeah, well, it's a great mentality, and I can't wait to watch your fight. And that's everything from me today, unless you've got anything to add.
Jordan, I would just like to thank my sponsors, Precision Farm Services. Thank you so much for the last recent sponsor you gave me. Really helped out with my bills and just everything leading up to this fight. They are an agricultural company, that our agricultural harvesting company in Northern California. So they help, like if you got a vineyard and you need all your grapes harvested before, before they go sour or right when they're ripe, hit up my man Rafael and his business, Precision Farm Services. They'll get you set up and they'll get your products, carefully picked. Also, I want to thank Julian Solano for his sponsors and his friendship over the years. He's a realtor in Sonoma County. If you look at the buy or rent a house, hit up my man. I also want to give a big shout out to Adam Wemsley and Dom Shonuff Waters, my biggest training partners and most influential gains through just physical work this training camp. I really need to give those guys credit. My head coach, Dave Terrell, my boxing coach, Jerry Herrera, my gym, NorCal. I love all of you. Thank you. And of course, my management, for just them consistently putting me in a position to make moves for myself. I really have to put gratitude towards all these people before I get off today.
Well, that's great. Just good luck with the rest of preparation and fight night. Can't wait to watch, and yeah, good luck with editing.
Hey, Jordan, I appreciate your support and your time today on the show, man.